We had a pretty bad storm last night and it destroyed the rabbitry. As a farmer or a homesteader, you never want to come out and find your animals in any kind of harm. Seeing our rabbitry like that was distressing. It was so relieving to know that the rabbits inside were just fine. Look at that. I'm sure they're scared. But the cages are fine and the rabbits are okay. That's not exactly the sight you want to wake up to, but all things considered, all the animals lived, all the beehives are still standing. That's, you know, really good news. There's no damage to the house that I see. The storm wasn't that strong. It was just complete buckets of water. I mean, it just a deluge. So the first thing we have to do before we can work on a new structure for these rabbits is disassemble the old one. Lots of zip ties, lots of bungees, lots of paracord. How was your night, guys? Was it a little bit scary when this fell down on you? I'm glad you didn't get wet though. You stayed nice and dry. We're gonna build you a new something so that you'll have a really good shelter, okay? When you're thinking about moving from the city to the farm, or when you're in that transition, you want to be as frugal as possible. So we're going to try and fix the rabbitry with things that we already have on hand. We are on day 2 of tearing down and reconstructing the rabbitry. We ran into a hiccup yesterday when the cattle panel roof unfolded and landed on a beehive, knocking it over. Bees don't like when you do that. So we ended up having to
run away.
run away. I got a little sting on my neck. We were able to suit up, get the hive back together, but anytime we came near the rabbitry after that, they were like letting us know. They were flying all around us. Not a lot, but like 4 or 5 would come over and be like, don't do that again, you need to go away, you're too close to our hive. So we let them settle for the night, and today they're just back to their normal gentle selves. So we've got what was the dog kennel mostly disassembled now, and we're gonna build a roof onto the existing rabbitry stand. We didn't get to actually film a lot of what we were doing because we needed to get the work done before the next set of storms rolled through. The old rabbitry is fully dismantled, and now Chris is working on the roof. We're just basically gonna make kind of a hutch style rabbitry right here because most of our rabbits are not gonna live in the cages here. Most of our rabbits will be in tractors, and this is just when we need to in the winter, that kind of thing. So it's going to be more of an enclosed, small rabbitry type thing. Here is our finished rabbitry hutch. We added a roof with tin left over from our house build. We had the, well, I don't know what you call that stuff, the drip edge, the flashing also. So the only materials that we had to buy were the 10-foot 2x4 along the front and back. And then we used 2x4s we already had for the cross pieces on the roof. We also bought a bucket of bolts. So we probably spent $30 or $40 on this. We added plywood to the ends. We already had that. And then on the front and back, we've got tarps. So they're just the holes are on these screws right here, and we can just unfold it and then strap it down, which I'll show you in a minute after I feed these guys their hay. So like I said, these cages are not going to be used on a consistent basis. The rabbit tractors are what we're going to use most often, but these are good for winter. These are good when we have a reason that we need to separate some. That's our buck there, Wesley. And then here's a couple grow outs that are almost ready for freezer camp. Looking at these grow outs in the cages reminded me that I wanted to show you some footage from a couple weeks ago when the spotted one was a little too shy to get out of the nesting box. This is what the rabbitry looks like with the tarps down on both sides. This allows the rain to just shed off and the rabbits inside stay nice and dry. This structure is a bit top heavy. We had a strong wind come through the other day and actually knock it over. Don't worry, the bunnies are in the garage, they're safe. So at Chris's advice, we're going to add eye bolts on the corners and tie it down to T-posts. There we go, bunnies safe and sound back in their new home. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend.